Hello YouTube, it is April 24th, 2018, and yes, you read the title right, so Michael Jackson fans, y'all might as well get on off here now if y'all ain't going to listen to the video, because I'm here to talk about why the darn king of pop is even overhyped. Did my thing just cut off? Wait a minute, what the world is going on? Testing, testing. Okay, I'm back. My thing clicked off for a second. But yes, now honey, bitch, you ain't gonna cut off this recording. I don't give a damn. I'm still gonna talk some shit about your ass. Your fans are doing the damn most. Now, I'm gonna pull up my screen share and we're gonna see why I think Michael Jackson fans be praising Michael Jackson a little bit too much. Okay, I'm back. I now got the split screen on. We're now going to actually dissect the comment section because I guess what these dudes viewers don't know is not only do I keep my lights open, not only do I do that, but I also keep my comments open. I don't care how controversial the topic is. I'm not afraid to respond back to people, and I'm not afraid to put you in my video either. So I think it's about time for me to go ahead and do another comment breakdown. So I made a fair synopsis on why I thought Beyonce was better than Michael Jackson. I judged on several different categories, including vocals, originality, stage attire, cinematography, etc. And this is some of the stuff that I got from the darn crazy fans. She doesn't make good music though. Nobody in this generation does. Adele's 25 album was the only exception. If she wants to be compared to legends, she needs legendary music. Number one, your thoughts of legendary music is a matter of preference. I mean, even if we was to critique legends based off of your synopsis of what Beyonce music is, I guess Madonna wouldn't be considered a legend. Even though Madonna has toured and sold over 1 billion in ticket sales, she is 60 years old and she broke the record for the highest touring selling by a solo artist. And she did that at the age of damn near 60 years old. So I guess based off of what your critiques of what good music is, Madonna wouldn't be in that category. And that's why I say I don't judge solely off of music, because music is a matter of preference. I may not prefer somebody's music, however, I'm not going to take away their talent. So anyways, it goes to say she needs legendary music. MJ fans appreciate Beyonce is the beehive that keeps comparing her to MJ. The beehive compares and then complains when the whole world reminds them of MJ's greatness. Once again, I wasn't y'all the ones darn gonna trying to compare the overall discovery. Let's go back to what the video said. Beyonce versus Michael Jackson. Who's the better live performer? My breakdown of who is the overall better live performer between Beyonce and Michael Jackson, this is strictly live performance only, not overall discovery. So I made it clear that we was not comparing the legacy of Beyonce to the legacy of Michael Jackson. We was discussing live performances only. It's the Michael Jackson fans that want the darn gonna bring out all the discovery and talk about overall music. So my response was the fact you think Adele is better than Beyonce shows you're judging based off emotional preference and not judging based off actual musicality. The video link below shows Beyonce is has far better vocal support, breath control, endurance, melisma, seamless transition, and resonance compared to Adele. The video was judging Beyonce and Michael Jackson on performances. Who makes her better? Not who makes the better music, because once again, taste in music is a matter of preference. And then I did a video right here that shows how Beyonce has far more musicality skills than Adele. And then this fool comes in saying, yeah, but live performances depend on the selection of music, so you can't separate the music from the live performances. They go hand in hand. No, they do not to a certain extent, because once again, you're judging based off of a matter of preference versus I'm judging off of musicality. When I judge based off of vocals, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at vocal support. I'm looking at breath control. I'm looking at endurance, melisma, transitions, renaissance, and once again, the stage presence. I'm looking at all of that and taking that into equal consideration um, in comparison to the artist. So that's like saying, I mean, the way they trying to make it seem like, because I heard some people saying and Michael Jackson makes people fake and all that. Okay, a lot more people fake at a Rihanna concert than Kiki Wyatt, and Kiki Wyatt is a gospel darn on R&B soul singer. But darn on Rihanna has more people faking at her concerts. Does that make her a better vocalist than Kiki Wyatt? Does Kiki Wyatt do not have a better voice than Rihanna because Rihanna makes more people fake? So once again, I'm judging it based off of overall musicality in comparison to the artist. I'm not basing it off of darn on stardom and preference and how many people is faking at the darn on concerts. I'm basing it off of raw technique, not darn on celebrity star appeal. We'll get to this in a second, but then this one says just put them on stage with just a microphone and MJ would kill Beyonce. Okay, fair synopsis, but I also in up here did a side by side in comparison to Michael Jackson, because somebody posted several videos of Michael Jackson and I posted Beyonce where she's nearly by herself without no large background and she's still doing darn gone choreography in darn gone heels nonetheless. So let me see. Michael is the best. You just can't touch him. Okay, just a matter of opinion. Guess it boils down to personal preference, but I say MJ. Yeah, Beyonce kills it too, but MJ. Okay. Beyonce needs 500 backup dancers. She can't dance. She shakes her ass and flips her hair. MJ had unique dance moves. You mean the moves that he took from James Brown? Okay. That the world has never seen. Okay, you say he never seen them, but over half his dance moves were darn gone inspired by darn gone Michael Jackson and several other groups of people. But you say they ain't never seen them before. Beyonce does the same shit. She's not even original. She's a cheap imitation of Tina Turner. I found that to be a slight dig towards Tina Turner, because anything that is inspired by Tina Turner is bound to have some level of greatness to it. But here we go, darn gone throwing black women under the bus again. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to make this a black issue, and y'all going to see why in a moment. Because I find it funny that y'all keep saying, darn on, y'all tie saying Tina Turner like she, if it wasn't for Tina Turner, Michael Jackson wouldn't be. We're going to act like darn going Michael Jackson would not have been here if it wasn't for Tina Turner. Now, I'm going to get into that breakdown in a second. Beyonce can't even dance better than Sierra. Okay, Sierra's a trained dancer. See, if you're gonna darn gone clamp back with darn gone fats, at least get your stuff right. Why would Beyonce be able to dance better than somebody who's a trained dancer? Sierra started out as a dancer before she even became an artist. So you sound stupid trying to compare a professional dancer to a regular entertainer singer. And if we was to go and do a Sierra versus Beyonce battle, do you really want to do a vocal battle with Beyonce versus Sierra? Do you really want to compare stage presence of Beyonce to Sierra? Do you really want to compare cinematography from Beyonce to Sierra? See, you just can't judge off of one darn on era of darn on performance. I judge off of the overall um I judge off of, like I said, vocals, attire, cinematography, originality, and darn on choreography. I'm not just judging off of choreography. Bruno Mars gets his shit directly from the 80s. The only thing he's doing is recycle nostalgia music. So I don't understand this darn going. I mean, this is just crazy. Usher, Chris Brown, MJ's better. Anyone who disagrees needs a fucking cat skin for their brain. No, you need a darn gone mental evaluation if you can't darn gone tell and darn gone read the description box to show that this is strictly live performance only, not overall discovery. You talking about somebody need a CAT scan? Obviously, you need a darn on mental evaluation for your short attention span. I mean, that's a damn shame. I understand that the video is darn on 28 minutes and 33 seconds long, but goddamn, I got the darn on title clear as day. And then I got the description right within the first sentence of the darn on description box. Now, it don't make no damn sense that y'all bringing up all this irrelevant shit when I told you we darn on judging live performances only. Lord Jesus, I'm only going to spend about 15 minutes on these darn on comment section because we're going to really get into Michael Jackson and his so-called legacy, honey. You think MJ bleached his skin? Your opinion is invalid. I mean, see the stupidness that we're darn on dealing with in the comment section. And you know these they kept their darn on pro. Every one of these people kept their profiles private. Look, every one of them a blank profile because they ain't even got the courage to show they darn on face behind these darn on ignorant opinions. MJ is the king of style. The king of what damn style? What style did he have? You think he had more style than Tina Turner? You think he had more style than Diana Ross? You think he had more style than darn on Lionel Richie? Do you think he had more style than darn on Prince? If you don't sit your ass the fuck down, come on now. He was a fashion innovator. What fashion did Michael Jackson have up to the level that he? So you're saying that darn on if y'all want to bring up other people, since y'all want to deviate from the subject, uh, what fashion did darn on Michael Jackson have that was so superior compared to his other counterparts? Beyonce's copies him. Everyone is the generation copies him. Everybody in this generation copy him. Michael Jackson was a vocalist at the age of 10. I mean, this just comment just reeks of darn on stupidness. A good singer needs to make you feel it, so not just fancy singing. Also, oh, you mean actual musicality where traditional vocalists actually judge off of? They're able to separate their fandom from the darn on vocals. That's what you talking about. Jam was Jam was what Run the World vocals wanted to be, but failed. Huh? Jam was what Run the World vocals. I assume he meant vocalists wanted to be, but failed. Beyonce is talented and hard working, a fantastic businesswoman, but she's not a genius. Michael just had that gift that you need to be born with. Beyonce's career is based mainly on her looks. She is mainly a beautiful lady who can sing well and dance a bit. Thought she lacks grace. How she? Oh my God! This is just motherfucking hilarious. Number one, let's just dissect the ignorantness of global citizen. Uh, I am a licensed medical esthetician, and I do not need my darn on aesthetics background to tell me that Michael Jackson bleached his skin. His skin started out 3 shades darker than me, and then this is what he looked like on death's door. Where is a picture of Michael Jackson? You see that side by side comparison? Come on now. We're gonna act like Michael Jackson didn't darn gonna bleach his skin to look like darn on Casper. Really? And then you're saying Michael Jackson was a better vocalist at age 10 than Beyonce in her career. This is the ignorance that you don't even know that you can't compare a childhood adolescent voice who has not gone through puberty, who has not matured to their final voice, to a darn on woman who's now in her 30s. So if you're going to compare their music, you're going to have to compare 36-year-old Michael Jackson to 36-year-old Beyonce. You compare 20-some-year-old Michael Jackson to 20-some-year-old Beyonce. You don't compare a 10-year-old to a darn on grown woman. But this is the ignorance that Michael Jackson fans are. And then you try to darn on dilute your insult with a darn on some comments on Beyonce. And darn gonna try to so you're saying vocalists are irrelevant compared to an entertainer. That's pretty much what you're saying. Vocalists wanted to have the darn gone jam. I can't even take that shit seriously. Okay, somebody with some common sense right here. Beyonce is the better technical vocalist, so don't even try it. Secondly, you claim she lacks grace, and yet almost everything she does in public is graceful. You just can't. Well, he meant accept with ACCEPT. This is the opposite. This is a contradictory. But I understand what he meant. You can't accept the fact that she is just as good as him, and secondly, Michael is not original either. Every every about him. Okay, I'm assuming she meant everything about him was influenced from James Brown. James Brown and several other people, from what I'm hearing. Her Coachella performance was the only thing that made the audience feel it. It was brilliantly scripted and tightly choreographed and executed. Now watch how he darn gonna contradicts himself again. Usually she is over singing and doing complicated vocal runs to the point where the audience forgets the melody of the song. Oh, you mean because she's actually a vocalist? But look what you just said up here though. Look what you just said up here. MJ was a better vocalist at age 10 than Beyonce in most of her career. A good singer needs you to make you feel the soul. So you're darn gonna saying because he had more of a soulful voice that he was the better vocalist. But then you darn gonna contradict yourself with saying that her darn gonna singing usually has darn gonna complicated vocal runs. Complicated vocal runs is actually you need talent to do that because it's one thing to be born with a soulful voice. You can't control what you are born with. However, skilled is something that you learn. And Michael Jackson did not have the complicated vocal runs in comparison to Beyonce. So you see how you darn gonna made your own self look foolish. Her dancing is low energy and consists of barely any footwork, mostly rolling shoulders and hips, half flips, and gentle strolling around the stage. That's why she never is out of breath. Michael surrendered to the music, and his dancing was high energy. It was electric. He had sweat pouring buckets. So did Janet and Tina Turner. Once again, now you bringing up backup. See, in all my arguments, I didn't have to bring in Rihanna. I didn't have to bring in Christina Aguilera. I didn't have to bring in Britney Spears. I didn't have to bring in J Lo. Because with a Beyonce, when I compare Beyonce to Michael Jackson, Beyonce is talented by herself. I don't have to bring nobody else in her generation to her defense. So look how you saying darn on Michael Jackson all this, but now here you go bringing in Janet Jackson, Tina Turner, and like I said, Tina Turner is talented. If it wasn't for Tina Turner, Michael Jackson wouldn't be relevant. And I dare for you to argue me down on that because Tina Turner was the founder of R&B music. So there would not be there would not be no Michael Jackson, and there would not be no darn old Janet Jackson if it was not for Tina Turner. Beyonce does what can be called smart dancing or cheap dancing. How do you cheap dancing? Dancing is dancing. Once again, it's a matter of preference. Where she can barely move her feet because she can barely walk in heels without looking like an ostrich. Okay, but your darn on singer couldn't even darn on stand in darn on heels, let alone walk and do a performance and half the shit that he did. Now, like I said, if this was darn on Prince, it would have been a different story. Once again, still comparing darn on overall artistry. Beyonce didn't even write Formation. Guess what? Whitney Houston did not even write darn on I Will Always Love You. That was written by darn on Dolly Parton. But does that take away from the fact that darn on Whitney Houston is one of the most prestige vocalists of all time? Did that not darn on take away that darn on Whitney Houston? Matter of fact, I'm gonna reply to that right there. Let me go ahead and reply to that. And my keyboard is messed up, y'all, so I got to pull up my darn on screen keyboard. Yeah, I do have Grammarly on my darn on thing, y'all. Obviously, some of them can take notes from this darn on video and darn on install a Grammarly on their shit while they darn on having darn on errors throughout. If you're gonna darn on critique somebody, at least darn on proofread your stuff first. Okay, and click reply. Honey, this video is gonna be darn on by itself. Like I said, I'm gonna have to darn on. I thought this video was gonna be darn on 15 minutes. It's already 21 minutes into the darn on video. Cause we ain't even gotten to the other ones right here. Where is it at? It was like a whole 9 comments somewhere else. I don't see it. It's not in here. Somebody said something else. I don't see where those comments are at. Okay, here it go, y'all. There you go. So this is what old dude had right here. Watch these performances if you think B is better than MJ. B is better LOL. MJ didn't need any marching band. I compared Beyonce and Michael Jackson in several categories. Once again, I haven't explained myself yet again. And then this is my thing. Darn gone, I'm so glad somebody with some common sense came up in through here. Darn gone, Keisha came up here and said, I honestly think B is more athletic and intense than MJ. MJ stole his dance moves and music. Quincy confirmed that. MJ also said he got the moonwalk from Kids in the Ghetto and was inspired by Fred Astaire. I don't give him originality at all. MJ changed his skin color, was more meek and mild and non-threatening. This is the only reason the world flocked to him. Before he changed his skin, he was not making people pass out. And then here this one go talking about Beyonce copies Janet, Tina Turner, Madonna. That bitch steals everything from choreography, outfits, music, etc. Beyonce is overrated as fuck. Only gay men and black women worship her. And if Beyonce wasn't light skinned, she wouldn't be as successful as she is. I beg to differ because once again, with the music she put out lately, I think it would have been more if she was dark skinned. I mean, her music actually darn on talks about self pride, women empowerment, darn on and black love, African, everything that your artist has not. Because look at the way Beyonce is presented and look at the way Michael Jackson is presented. Darn on Beyonce on this top left picture right here is looking like darn on Queen Nefertiti. And darn on Michael Jackson don't look nothing like his original self. And once again, don't y'all go talking about that motherfucking Vertilago. Vertilago did not darn go do that to his skin. His own mama. So y'all think y'all know more than his mama do? His mama told y'all he bleached his darn on skin because he was getting skin discoloration. Instead of because Dermacol been out for the longest. And instead of getting Dermacol and darn gone putting the foundation on the blending with his skin, he decided to bleach his skin and continue to bleach his skin. And as a medical esthetician, I can tell you about the dangers of somebody of his Fitzpatrick, of Fitzpatrick number 6, darn on bleaching his skin to look whiter than an average white person. Look at his skin right here and look at old girl's skin right here. They look damn near identical. You bleached their skin. You had to use hydroquinone 5%, which can become systemic in the system. Over time, darn gone hydroquinone can become carcinogenic, which means it can produce cancer within the body. It can wreak havoc on your entire immune system. So all these disorders that he had later on were self-inflicted. I cannot feel sorry for Michael Jackson. His wounds and his darn decline in health was all self-inflicted due to his continuing skin bleaching. No darn esthetician. Like I said, I am a board certified medical esthetician of North Carolina, and I would not have recommended him to lighten his skin to that degree. And matter of fact, I wouldn't have recommended him lightening his skin at all. He could have had professional makeup to cover up his skin and nobody wouldn't have judged him. In a day and age where he came up, where darn going, he was inspired by the likes of darn going, um, Stevie Wonder. You had darn on Tina Turner. He was in love with darn on Diana Ross. In the day and age where Lionel Richie was darn on popular and successful, and he wore more makeup and was more well blended than darn on Patti LaBelle and Aretha Franklin, I don't think nobody would have judged darn on Michael Jackson. Matter of fact, 60% of my darn on subscribers are black women. And if they look at this video, I want them to shout out in the comment section. Would y'all have judged Michael Jackson for wearing foundation to cover up his discolored darn on vertigo? Versus darn going bleaching his skin and creating all this darn on skin disorder with him. You thinned your skin out. You made your skin more sensitive to the sun. You couldn't be in the sun more than darn on 10 minutes without your skin burning, which hits why every time you went everywhere you had a darn on umbrella. You had to cover your darn on face up because you chopped your nose off. You had excessive amount of rhinoplasty where to the point where you could barely breathe. You looked at like the darn on a pale version of Voldemort. Yet you have black people darn on caping for you like you did something? Like really? Really? And y'all talking about Beyonce, all this, that, and the third. How does Beyonce steal when she has paid homage to the source? Beyonce has done numerous darn on homages to Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Tina Turner. She has collaborated with Tina Turner. She has collaborated with darn on Madonna. She has collaborated with Prince. She has collaborated with Stevie Wonder. So how can she steal something if she paid homage to the source? Y'all need to know what stealing is. Stealing is when you take and do not darn on cite your sources. Beyonce has darn on gave respect, tributes, and homages to every legend that she has been inspired by. So there's a difference between being inspired by somebody and citing your sources versus darn on flat out stealing. Stealing is what darn on Keisha Franklin is saying Michael Jackson did, which was taking moves from darn on Fred Astaire and darn going Kids from the Ghetto and not citing that's where you got your stuff from until later on in life after you nearly on death's door. That's what stealing is when you darn gonna take the moves and darn gonna don't highlight the sources. And then she went to further say there are several videos of other artists doing the moonwalk before Michael Jackson ever did it. I don't know the artist's name. I would love to hear about how he changed his skin and pretty much turned on black people. Honey, you hearing it right now? No one would touch it. I think it hurts too much. We just overlook this and still accept it. Like I said, I don't give a goddamn. My comment section is open. I don't care how Michael Jackson fans feel. I am just stating my darn on opinion and my facts. Like I said, I am a board certified medical esthetician, and I can concur that he did not need that skin bleaching. Because especially with an autoimmune disease like vertigo, why would you excessively weaken your immune system like that? You disrupted your entire acid mantle. Your acid mantle has been permanently compromised by thinning out the epidermis of your darn on skin over and over and over and over again because darn on hydroquinone is a topical steroid. A topical steroid would make your skin more sensitive to the darn on rays of the sun. So much so to the point where you can't be out in the darn on sun. So no dermatologist, no esthetician outside of one on your payroll in their right mind would darn go and bleach your skin. They would have told you go get some Dermacol and put on that Dermacol and call it a darn gone day. Because at the end of the day, vertigo is not that darn gone debilitating. Vertigo is to darn going lupus as ulcerative colitis is the Crohn's disease. Y'all know I suffer from a very debilitative condition myself. I suffer from severe Crohn's disease. And Crohn's disease is a lot more debilitating than darn going ulcerative colitis, which is restricted to the colon. And people with lupus suffer from a lot more pain than darn on people with vertigo. Now, it was confirmed that he had vertigo. Versus Toni Braxton actually suffers from lupus. But you don't see darn on Toni Braxton going out here bleaching her darn on skin. And we darn on seen the medical conditions that lupus has done to her. I had my grandmother's friend died from lupus and she had the discoloration and everything. And in a day and age where we could get melanin shots, I bet you she would have went and got them melanin shots before she would have gotten the darn going skin bleaching. Because by the time the 2000s came around, you could have darn gone easily darn gone infuse your skin with melanin. In a day and age where you have people like this darn going, and I guess we're going to just merge all the videos together at this point. In a day and age where you had people that could easily get melanin shots to look like black people like this, I don't understand why Michael Jackson, who was a multi-millionaire, he couldn't have darn gone in his later years in life gotten melanin shots. Okay, y'all, I'm back. That darn on car out there threw me off. Darn on neighbor got is in the car. Y'all know how you hook your phone up to the car and it gets to talking loud. Like I think, really, who wants to hear your whole conversation? Like I thought they was talking literally at my window. That's how loud that surround sound is. Like I can hear their whole conversation right now, and it's like, really, why would you hook your phone up to? And then you're not moving nowhere. I can see if you was on the road or something, but why would you want the whole neighborhood to hear your phone conversation? That's just crazy. But anyways, back to Michael Jackson. Like I said, in a day and age, by the time the 2000s came around, and darn on Michael Jackson could have easily darn on put melanin back in his skin through the form of melanin shots. How come he went to hell with that darn on pale pasted skin of his? Because with all the foolishness that Michael Jackson did, and then contaminated his darn on fans, where nobody can't darn on continue the success. I guess, like I said, I guess darn on music poster died out with Michael Jackson. I guess nobody else cannot aspire to greatness if Michael Jackson. Y'all the ones that put Michael Jackson more in the version in the league of God than Beyonce fans. Cause Beyonce done said multiple times in her videos, God is God and I am not. She said that in the Lemonade album. And then she turned around on the Eminem soundtrack and said she only walk on water when it freezes. I don't know what she has to do at this point to convince y'all that she don't put herself in the royal dainty area. She carries herself like a queen, not a goddess. Hence why up here she's looking like Queen Nefertiti. Why darn gone old dude is looking like Casper, but he went to hell thinking his ass was Peter Pan. And you have all these darn gone, you have white people and black people defending him. And it's real confusing with black people defending somebody who didn't even want to be of your culture, did not want to be of your race. Because Michael Jackson bleached his skin, wore a straight. It's not like he just stopped at the skin bleaching. Because once again, it was one thing if you just transform your skin white because you couldn't deal with the trauma of the vertigo, and you just admit it, it was more beneficial to you to have white skin. But why did you have to chop your nose off? Vertigo don't have nothing to do with affecting your nose. Why did you have to chop your nose off, Michael Jackson? Yeah, you suffer from the burns in 1988 from the darn on Pepsi commercial. But why did you have to wear a straight wig to your dying day? Because by the time 2000s came around, we had some good Afro wigs. You could have tapped on several darn on artists' shoulders. You could have tapped on Beyonce's shoulder. You could have tapped on Shaka Khan. Well, Shaka Khan, most of her it's real. She puts in some extensions every now and again, but her hair is real. Same thing for Diana Ross, but them backup singers are hers. Tina Turner, honey, she had the big old hair. Tina Turner was more relevant throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. But once again, y'all keep saying Michael Jackson's the best entertainer. And I'm here to tell you neither Beyonce nor Michael Jackson was. If we want to give the overall entertainment award, I would say it would be the woman who has had chart-topping hits in 5 different decades. Once again, Tina Turner has charted the charts in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and she has chart-topping hits as late as 2008. That is 5 decades. Tina Turner can come out of retirement today and darn go and sell out stadiums. Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle cannot even say that. Dionne Warwick cannot even say that. Matter of fact, Beyonce is one of the only artists that's keeping Dionne Warwick's name alive with songs like 6 Inch Heels and Deja Vu. So Beyonce stays darn on educating the girls on the legends before her. And what y'all do, y'all constantly throw her under the darn on bus because she presents herself as a black queen who's darn on unapologetically in her blackness as of late. Because y'all didn't have a problem back when she was doing B-Day. Y'all didn't have too much shit to say when she was darn gone doing darn going I Am Sasha Fierce. I started seeing the shit talking with Beyonce soon as she started doing the 4 album. Soon as she started doing pure music that highlighted African cultures and stuff, that's when y'all started giving her flack. And then the Beyonce album, y'all came back a little bit. But then now y'all don't flip the script again when she came out with this Lemonade. And I'm thinking Lemonade is one of her most purest body of work where you can hear the whole album all the way through. It was critically acclaimed by professional singers. And y'all have so much shit to say. Why is that? Because Beyonce is darn gone being unapologetic about her blackness. She is darn gone using her platform to uplift the voice of black people. Whereas your artist darn gone eradicated himself from any form of blackness, from his nose to his darn gone skin to his hair. Because once again, why did Michael Jackson die wearing a straight wig? Why did he was born with an afro? Why didn't Michael Jackson have an afro wig on? Why he had a straight wig on this whole time in his later years in life? Whereas Beyonce knows how to flip the look where Beyonce hair texture is. Beyonce hair looks like her natural hair that grows out her scalp because she naturally has curly hair. Michael Jackson pattern was never that loose. Once again, look how Beyonce's dressed versus how Michael Jackson. And once again, just the darn on fact that you up here looking like a darn on white Puerto Rican. I mean, come on now. So excuse me. Well, no, it ain't no excuse me. It just is what the fuck it is. If we're going to even compare overall life history, I would think Beyonce was more self within herself. Because at the end of the day, Michael Jackson needed all of y'all to boost him up. Beyonce's good. Beyonce with her 500 backup dancers, and let me get into these 500 backup dancers. These 500 backup dancers were random college students that she has now darn gone put them on the map because they can say they just got into college and they did background work for Beyonce. Beyonce took some of the best dancers from darn going HBCUs all over and gave them a life-changing opportunity to darn go headline at one of the largest, most prestigious festivals and darn going have they darn going face plastered all over the nation so people can recognize them. And they can see the talent of these darn on young black people from these HBCUs to show that we're just not darn on token colleges because we couldn't get accepted anywhere else. No, we are talented and you didn't respect our talent, so we took our talent and we had our own schools. And now Beyonce is showcasing we're not just HBCUs as a default, we HBCUs because we're pure talent. And we're going to show you at this dominantly white audience what this HBCU is. We're not just darn going mumble rapping like darn on Tekashi 6ix9ine, Future, and all these other artists out now. We're going to show you pure darn on black talent. We're going to show you the darn on swag surf. We're going to show you the darn on almanadas and the. You know, you could tell I wasn't no part of the university. Now, a little background about me, even though I was on the university college prep in high school, and I had scholarships all over, I ended up taking my ass right to the technical college. Y'all know what happened to me. Y'all know about my background with cancer. Y'all know about my Crohn's disease. I couldn't go to medical school. I had to take my behind to technical college. But, honey, I could have gone to Fayetteville State University. I could have gone to Florida State. I could have gone to North Carolina State. I could have gone to Georgia darn on University. I had my picks of several different ones. And you know how much I would have enjoyed the darn going The university like life and the darn on sorority. Now I think I did get a little offer from Howard. Now it wasn't no full on scholarship or nothing, but I think I did get like acceptance for Howard. I don't know. And you know Howard that's prestigious, honey. But I was looking, y'all know I wanted to be a veterinarian, so I was looking towards North Carolina State Veterinarian School. But anyways, yeah, y'all darn gonna critiquing Beyonce having dancers, but when did Michael Jackson put people on the map? We had one girl in the comment section said, "Darn on Michael Jackson didn't even have background dancers that looked at what he used to look like. Most of his darn on dancers, and I ain't even pay attention to that. But somebody said most of his background dancers weren't even people of color. Versus darn on Beyonce had everybody up on that stage of various shades of black from darn on HBCU colleges and then donated $100,000 to various HBCUs. So in closing, and since y'all wanted to open up the whole discussion on Michael Jackson, this is some of the reasons why I think he is overhyped. Now, do I still think he's a legend and he's one of the most successful artists of all time? Yes, that doesn't take nothing away from him. But the fact that he didn't feel that himself, the fact that he went to hell because once again, this bullshit that he's on put out in the atmosphere, I think darn going he's burning in hell for 20 years before he can ascend up above. And then I bet you he wish he had this darn on melanin magic right now. You down in hell, darn on cooking and motherfucking roasting with your darn on pale, pasty, Casper looking skin. Like I said, let me show y'all what this motherfucking corpse look like. Look what his skin look like due to his own self-inflicted actions. I can't feel sorry for that. I mean, he is a legend, but as far as his personal life, and this is why I didn't want to bring up his personal life, I can't. I feel sorry for self-inflictedness because your mama said you bleached your skin. Your own mama said you bleached your skin. That vertigo didn't darn gonna do all that to you. You could have then in later years injected yourself with melanin, and nobody wouldn't have judged you because you're naturally black. We would have judged this woman up here if she would have injected herself with melanin. But Michael Jackson, you was naturally 2 shades darker than me. Nobody wouldn't have darn gonna judge you if you would have gotten melanin shots to get back to your natural skin tone. Nobody wouldn't have judged you for having an afro wig on because your natural kinky afro burnt off. Nobody wouldn't have judged you for having an afro wig on to represent your black pride. Nobody wouldn't have judged you. But instead, you went and played it the universal route and bleached the hell out your skin. You put on that darn gone straight hair and you catered to the universal white audience. And so much so to this day that darn gone white people is darn gonna stay defending you. And then in the same breath will call Beyonce irrelevant. And what's the difference between Michael Jackson of his time and Beyonce of her time? The only difference I can tell is because Beyonce gives more black empowerment, especially towards black women, which, like Martin Luther King said, the most disrespected woman in America is the black woman. So the fact that Beyonce is highlighting the black women and she had those darn on Big Mama black dancers on there, I wish I can show y'all the clip, but y'all know how Beyonce is with copyright laws, honey. I ain't fucking with Beyonce. But she had them 2 big black women beside her, darn on size 16. Okay, y'all, this video wasn't meant to be so long. I was planning on splitting up in 2 parts, but hell, it is what it is. So I just guess I'm going to have to do some timestamps and, reduce the quality to 480 so I can edit it and get it up to y'all. But I just want to showcase something else right quick. Yeah, excuse my comment section, y'all. Now, I took a break and I went and looked at Your Black World, and it is just crazy. I mean, look at some of the comments though. And this is how it relates to how black women are treated different than darn on bleach black men. I love Beyonce. She is a beautiful, hard-working woman. However, how can she be unapologetically black wearing a lot of fake hair and not showcasing her natural hair more often so millions of young black women can see it? So you can't darn go and listen to a black woman's words You can't listen to her talent because of her wearing weave. So we're obsessed about hair color now. I mean, and weave. And then you have people co-signing this. And then somebody say blonde hair on top of that. Okay, but black people and black people have just as a high chance of getting blonde hair as white people is. I mean, the population of people with blonde hair is 2%, and black people can have just as much of a chance of getting blonde hair as black people. I mean, as white people can. So obviously, my response was her natural hair is nearly the same texture, etc., as her teenage pictures. And then it was somebody else. Let me see. I mean, all these darn on comments, though. But this woman was ultimately talking on a different subject as far as being unapologetically black, which is something Michael Jackson did not know nothing about, obviously. And I wanted to showcase one more comment about Beyonce wearing blonde hair. And my response was, how come nobody never, mentions Tina Turner? Nobody never mentions darn on T-Boss. Nobody never mentions darn on Mary J. Blige for wearing blonde hair. All of those are still beautiful, various shades of black women who are talented. Tina Turner, like I said, is actually the true entertainer. And if it wasn't for Tina Turner, there would be no darn on Michael Jackson. Mary J. Blige is the queen of R&B. T-Boz was 1/3 of TLC. Yet nobody ain't questioning their blackness based off of them wearing blonde hair that's always been predominantly straight. Now, Tina Turner wore hair that was similar to Beyonce, but Mary J. Blige is known for wearing a darn on bowl cut blonde hair, and the same thing for T-Boss. But ain't nobody questioning that their legitimacy. I mean, really, we darn on mitigating pro-blackness because of blonde hair, but she is wearing a traditional Fulani braid style. She is giving homage to darn on African culture, but you're disregarding that simply based off of the color of the hair? Are you serious? I mean, like I said, just ridiculous. But y'all, these will be some of the same people who would say Michael Jackson was more of an influence to black people, despite the fact that he bleached his skin, never went back black when he could have had the option to with melanin shots. Nargon wore straight hair that was the opposite of his hair texture, whereas Beyonce is at least wearing braids. We never seen him wear nothing close to his natural hair, which was a 4C afro. Now, yeah, if y'all know Beyonce Mama Tina knows, her hair texture is actually close to this right here. I'm going to put in mad curls for a quick second. Actually, Tina Knowles' hair is a little bit less of a curl pattern than this. She has naturally 3A hair. Let's see if we can darn on pull up Tina Knowles. Hold on. Tina Knowles. I mean, look at Tina Knowles' natural hair. Look at Tina Knowles. I mean, granted, that's not a good just. Okay, there is more so right there. Look at Tina Knowles' hair. Look at her hair right there. I mean, seriously? There's Beyonce's real hair right there. But y'all are questioning Beyonce because the fact that she bleaches her hair? I mean, y'all are ridiculous. That's why I say I can't take Michael Jackson fans seriously. Michael Jackson is one of the greatest entertainers of all time, but he's definitely not one of the most darn on influential when it comes to black people. He got them more so brainwashed under European standards, whereas Beyonce is showcasing her blackness and just happens to have blonde hair, which is just as prevalent in black people naturally than it is in white people. But y'all can't darn gonna pick up a book and darn gonna learn those facts. But I want to know y'all thoughts on this. Y'all leave y'all comments down below, y'all suggestions. Like I said, and we can agree to disagree on Michael Jackson. I still believe that he is an undeniable legend. But as far as outperforming Beyonce, no. As far as being the overall most successful all time, no. As far as him being worshipped like a god, hell no. I'm not worshiping somebody who I'm not even worshiping nobody like their god, not even Beyonce. Because both of them people are human. But at the end of the day, I'm damn sure ain't going to worship him to high regard as a black influence. And he didn't even want to be black. He died darn on with a skin tone of Casper. At least Peter Pan had some darn on color to his skin. He darn on went to hell thinking he was Peter Pan. He darn on named this darn on branch Netherland. This is a man who named his whole estate after a darn on white character that he wanted to be. In his mind, he was a darn on 10-year-old white boy. But his skin tone looked more like darn on Casper, the friendly ghost. This is the guy y'all defending though. But y'all leave y'all thoughts down below. Let's get this darn on conversation going, and I'll see y'all soon. More videos. Mwah.